open innovation has been developed as a firm-centric concept. You remember the funnel, the open innovation funnel, and there you see that it was a famous concept. It has its own benefits, but this means that open innovation has always been defined, let's say for 95% of all the papers we have seen, on a firm-centric level. It's for a bigger company that we look at open innovation. Now the big question is, should we change that? And I think in many cases we should do that, because open innovation is in many cases also an issue. So how you create value within open innovation is not necessarily done by one company or one company and a few other ones that work together, but rather with an ecosystem, right? And so the ecosystem literature is not new, but there is an essential link with open innovation, because in an ecosystem you work together with partners in quite some open innovation fashion. Although the perspective is different, right? The value creation is not done by one firm or by two firms, but is done by all the firms, right? And so you have to define the value creation process not at the firm level, not at the firm-centric level, but at the ecosystem level. And then you get the value capturing issue, because everybody needs to be profitable, at least to have a sustainable strategy within such an ecosystem. And that brings us automatically to the tension between value creation, where you have to coordinate in a smooth way with all these companies, and the value capturing, where everybody is fighting for his share of the pie. And so as soon as you start thinking about open innovation in an ecosystem, it brings you to different questions, to a different setting, to different management problems that we have been underemphasizing when we focus on a firm-centric level of open innovation. That brings me to the last part. Open innovation ecosystems or innovation ecosystems have to be managed by some companies or by some organization, not necessarily companies. And so you can do that in a very hands-on way. Sometimes that's necessary, but I also have seen cases where you really can be hands-off, because there are implicit rules, there is kind of social norms and so on. And so the question is, when do you need a hands-on approach and when do you need a hands-off approach?